Hi guys, and welcome to the wonderful world of PES. And as you'll see from the thumbnail and obviously where we are right now, yes, we are staying with LONDRINA. 66% of you voted that we are staying, and 33% voted that we would go to Empoli. But no, we are staying for another season here with LONDRINA. I think a lot of you felt that, just in some of the comments that I read, just wanted to see how we get on, obviously in the top flight here in Brazil. And yeah, I think that's a good choice as well. You know what I mean? I think it's we've built this club, players and stuff, and it'd be nice to see how far we can take them. Like, you know what I mean? So we'll see how this season ends up. I've obviously advanced it. There is the sort of little cutscene that you had last time with grumpy Phil Collins sat there discussing our season objectives, and all they want to do is avoid relegation. So I'm happy with that, and I agree with that. Do you know what I mean? So that is all we got to do, is basically avoid relegation, and we are good. It starts off, as you know, from the very first season in the Copa Continental de Brazil. So we've been drawn against Chris Yuma, Chris Eubank is who we've got. Like, it's not too bad a draw, actually, to be honest. We know we can beat them, like, you know what I mean? So we've got 2 legs against them. Not going to have both legs in today's episode, just going to have 1 game in today's episode, because I want to go through a lot of the players, stuff like that, players that I'm looking to try and sign, things like that. Ulaber's going out on loan, Oliver talking about transfer stuff, Ferrando just transfer talk denies and all that sort of thing. Matthew's the goalkeeper, saying that he's got the leader trait type thing, so it's a possibility that he could become club captain as well. But yes, Germano is still here, so he is not. He's not left us, so that is good. We can still utilise him if we need to. Just to give you an idea of like how the team is looking, not brilliant, because obviously some of the loan players have gone back to their respective clubs. Players, you can see, have slightly increased and stuff like that, but we definitely need to bulk out the squad aspect of it and stuff like that. We've had some new youth players, youth intake and stuff like that, so I will get on to that as well. So here is like I think there's some players that might have been already here, but some have left and stuff. I don't know about Diego, as you can see. You're thinking, oh man, 5,000 salaries, no way you're going to afford that. Well, actually, yeah, 150,000, we could probably afford it. Like, that's what we've got to play around with, is 150 grand. So we should be able to bring in some decent players, like, you know what I mean? It shouldn't be too bad. But yeah, we got Diego here, we got Lay, I suppose, Lay, Ballador, a couple of there, you know what I mean? Some decent players and stuff like that are there. There was this guy here, which I think, this guy here, Decim. Look at his speed. I mean, 93, 95. His dribbling's 84 as well, but apart from that, finishing, and stuff like that. There's other areas that could do with sorting out, but with him being a centre forward and that, but he's quick, so he's a possibility that we could possibly bring up, to have like someone that comes off the bench who's got that speed and stuff, that it might help us, like, you know what I mean? There's a possibility moving forward, but I think midfield is like where, and defence are kind of where we I think need to work on a little bit, just in bulking up those areas and stuff like that. So I mean, Diego, as you can see with his stats, pretty decent stats really for a 16-year-old. He is Brazilian as well, but look at where he can play. I mean, primarily in that midfield area, but he can play pretty much anywhere across that area. So that is good to see. And then look at all the skills and stuff that he's got. I mean, that's just insane. But also, if you look just there, captaincy at 16 is a possibility. So yeah, I think Diego is a possible one to look at bringing into the club at some point. But that's the youth guys. Got some players that I've like listed on here. This guy here is one that I've only put on here just for ARLAD's benefit, because he's known as Garibaldi. That's the only reason why I put money. I'm not trying to sign him at all. Like, he's just one player that we just might be like looking at getting when we do our co-op mode and stuff like that. But I've looked at this guy here, Santini, as a centre forward. He's actually a free agent, and he's Croatian, and so I wouldn't have to pay out any transfer budget. I just need to sort out his wages and stuff like that. But as you can see, his stats are, compared to our players, are insane compared to what we've got. Like, you know what I mean? And the fact that his heading, his finishing, kicking power, physical, you know what I mean? He's a good centre forward, like, you know, target man, like, you know what I mean, at the end of the day. And he's got some decent stuff as well with regards to skills and stuff. So he's a possibility that we could bring in. We've got centre back here in Freitas. Yeah, I mean, like I say, all these players are going to be, stats wise, they're going to be so much better than what we've already got anyway. So that's just why primarily that I've brought some of these onto the watch list as it is. And we've also put in some, I think these are the ones, these are the ones that I've actually put in possible bids for, and you can see that overalls already is like massively better than what we've got. But look at the salary, and we would know why would we have been able to afford these sort of salaries before what we've done in the winning the league and everything like that, and I think that's massively helped in what we've got. I have proposed 9,000 because he's a free agent, so we get him, you know what I mean, but we'll see on that one. I will just show you his sort of like stats and stuff, you know, to give you an idea of the sort of player that we're looking to bring in. He's 27, so he's still got, you know, plenty of time left, you know what I mean, as well. That's a good thing. I think he'd be an ideal centre midfield player to possibly bring into the club. We've got Fentes here as well, who can play all down that left side, and he is he's quick, he's got good stamina. What else we got looking at here? Dribbling type. These players, I don't need to go through all of their individual stats because you can just see, like, you know what I mean, that how good compared to what we've got, like, you know what I mean. And he's 26 as well, or not as well, but he's 26, like, sort of thing. We've got this guy, this centre forward here is a possibility that I was looking at, again with his pace and stuff, but his finishing is good. Offensive awareness, ball control, could be a decent player. He's only 22, and that's why I thought, like, you know what I mean, that with him being like 22, but he's got, look at these super sub, gamesmanship, first time shot, chip shot, stuff like that. He's also on an upward as well with him being 22. If we even bring him in, look how much value he is. It's like 20 mil, like, you know what I mean. So if we do bring him in, and they sort of pay his release fee, which is just here, there, then we've got him for nothing. We're going to make 20 million on him either way, like, you know what I mean. So that's yeah, a huge bonus. And then we've got this centre back that I'm possibly looking at as well. I think he's a little bit older. I think, yeah, he's 30. But even though he's a centre back, you can see he can play like in all of the different positions as well, like, you know what I mean. And he's from Qatar, like, yeah, he's actually, that's where he's from. But again, stats wise, pretty decent with regards to his stats and stuff. You know, he's on the downward, but I mean, he's 30, so, but I thought he's better than what, you know, we've got and stuff. And I just thought he'd be like a decent player to possibly bring in, like, you know what I mean. Yeah, we can seriously make the team much better, like, you know what I mean. So that's a huge bonus. Look what happened last season. It took a while, didn't it? And look how we ended up, you know what I mean. I can't expect us to do as well as what we did last season, do you know what I mean? But yeah, it's going to be very, very interesting when it comes to some of the teams and stuff that we are up against in this league. Just to give you an idea, I mean, I'm just showing you the league table, you know what I mean, of like, you know, the teams that are obviously in here. Some of them are actually licensed as well. So Palmeiras, Flamengo, we got Sao Paulo, Internacional, I think, Fluminense, Corinthians, Vasco da Gama. I think all those have got their own stadiums, they're all licensed and stuff, so that's going to be cool as well. Right then, I've rabbited enough. You can obviously pause at any point to go through any of those things that I've discussed. If you want me to go through any more stuff, please let me know down in the comments, guys. I'd be very much appreciated with regards to that and stuff. That'd be awesome. Right, let's crack on and get into our first game then. Right, so we've managed to get a few players across the line before we get into this first game, so that is good to see. Like, so as you can see, we got in Mr. Acosta there, like alongside Gamano in the midfield, so 77 rated centre midfielder. So that is a massive upgrade considering what we had. You know what I mean? So we've managed to get him in. I just want to go through some of the others. David Garcia, I've just promoted him from the youth academy to give us a centre back sort of covering, because obviously we're waiting on like a deal to come through for a centre back. It's not come back yet, like sort of thing, so hopefully that will happen to get someone alongside Augusto Silva, but to have like extra backups in the fact that we've got Garcia and we've got Milan, I think they'll be like really good to have as backups. We've also brought in Fentes here, that, like on the left. I'm not gonna start him straight away because as you can see he's on a massive downward arrow, but I've got him. He's obviously available because I don't think there's any regards to the bench and stuff like that, so it's not a big deal. Rusin, we've managed to get in as a striker, which is great. He's not starting because it drops the team spirit down. So we've got Alisson Safira, our top goal scorer from last season, and player of the year in South America as well. Like, you know, I mean, we've got him starting up top for this one. And Mr. Ferrando, yes, offered him a new contract because he's like only had a year left on it, like sort of thing, and he's decided to turn it down. He wants to leave. So yeah. See you later, do you know what I mean? Basically, we don't need you if that's how you're going to be, like not required at the club sort of thing. So yeah, a few players have come in and stuff like that, so it's looking healthy, like, I mean, fingers crossed that we can do something good with these players and stuff like that. We'll see how it goes. Like, anyway, without further ado, let's get into this game against Recife. So, ladies and gentlemen, we are back here for another season in Brazil with Londrina at the Estadio de Café, and we're going to be kicking things off with the Brazilian Cup, like to start things off. And this side aren't any strangers to Recife. They played them obviously in the previous season, and Recife will remain in Serie B, and obviously Londrina now, there he is, the man of the moment, Mr. Safira, player of the season over both divisions. That is, like, I mean, to win that award is fantastic for him, like sort of thing. So let's see if he can have another sterling performance this time round as things get off and running here. Like, there's a few changes to the lineup and stuff with some new players coming in. One of them being this guy here, Mr. Acosta, and obviously it helps when you win things because the finances suddenly come flowing, and they have done, and it's going to be some new talent going to be on show for these fans of Londrina who supported the team through thick and thin last season. But here is the captain, Gamano now. Baggio inside. Here is Paulinho having a strike here. Took a deflection. That's going to go up for a corner. Grossi again. Pushed long. Oh, Milan and I think Acosta it was. The new guy ran into each other. Well, I suppose that's not knowing where your teammates are going to run into. Can have that effect, can't it? That's a good ball through here and well blocked there by Milan. That will be a corner. So a chance here for Gabriel Enrique to whip this to the far stick. And that has come back here towards Isas Mendy. Kiera's there, but Gamano coming across. Isas Mendy now. Played inside. Alcaceri. All the way across here. It's found Baggio. Now Gamano. Baggio now out of position. Ramos will have to wait until his winger can get ahead of him. Here he is now, Baggio. Just lays it inside. Here's Gamano. Looks this up. Chance for Alcaceri. Went for the volley, but was well blocked. It's going to fall here to Acosta. Laid out here to Baggio. Baggio tries to skip past Garcia. Needs a bit of support. Here is the support in Ramos. Baggio now. Gamano. He tried to fool Jean, but wasn't having any of it. Acosta trying to get back here at Gabriel, not going to happen. It's a good ball forward. Acosta trying to get there. It's a good strike, and it's Mendy's not going to get there, and it's 1-0 to the away team. They've not really done much in this first half, but if you put it in the back of the net, that's all that counts at the end of the day. It's a little bit sloppy, it was, maybe. just not closing them down, and Acosta not used to how things are, and yeah, Mendy should have read it a little bit sooner. Kasule now. Here's Safira. Slays this back. Rai Ramos whips that one in. Rusin up underneath it, not able to get there. Here's Kasule. Played through. Alcacer now. Oh, well defended. And he's put it out for a throw-in. Kasule, Alcacer, Paulinho, and it's took a deflection, and that's it, all over. In fact, I think it's offside. Oh, geez, the new striker's got himself in the wrong position. Again, it's going to take time for these players to... It's a shame there's no pre-season tournament, not a tournament, but pre-season friendlies or anything to get used to the team. You go straight into this cup and you're literally going to get knocked out of it if you haven't got a settled team, and LONDRINA didn't have a settled team. They've had players obviously that were on loan that have gone away. They brought new players in, and it's going to take time, and unfortunately they haven't got time. They just haven't got time to sort this out. It's only 1-0, but they've got to find something. I mean, you look at the stats, it paints a different picture, don't it? The stats do, but the biggest one is the brackets, the on target. It was poor. They've got to get better with regards to that, and hopefully they can do so in the second leg. But there we are. Yeah, that was crap, wasn't it? Like, at the end of the day, didn't play well at all in that one. I think it's just like I said in the commentary there, it's the in and outs of players. You know what I mean? You know, like if there was certain players in certain positions that we were used to from last season, that it might have been a different result. But it's only 1-0. We know that we can beat them if we can get the shots on target. It's just a case of getting the shots on target in the away leg, and that's what we'll have to do. Like, Serbest. It's 3 new players. That's what it is. We've got Serbest come in. We've got Umboji has come in as well, and we've also got Santini. So I'll just quickly, before we go, just quickly show you these guys. 76 rated defensive midfielder. Here, but I think he can also play no, that's not what I want to do. I want to look at his details. Yeah, I think he can play as a centre back as well. He's only 26 years of age, and brought him in on a free. It's only just wages that have literally is the thing with us. So he's got good ball control, good passing and stuff like that. Just thought, yeah, an extra body to bring in. We've got this guy who I've got him in mainly because of his physicality and his height and stuff like that, and he's going to be obviously going alongside Augusto Silva, 75 rated centre back. He is 31, but at the end of the day, look at all positions and stuff that he can play. But I mean, I primarily brought him as a centre back because of his physical, and it's 87. He's got the jump of 82 and heading of 82, and I just thought having someone like of that stature would be ideal. He's got heading and man marking as things as well. He's got 192 centimeters. I'm not entirely sure, but that's got to be 6'4", 5", something. I don't know. Like, I mean, he's big anyway, and that's always good to have. Like, I mean, at the end of the day. So he's an ideal. And then we've got this guy Santini that I've also brought in as well, another striker option, 74 rated. He is 31. But the reason I brought him in is to be like a sort of a target man, because he's like, if you look at his heading, his jumping, physicals, stuff like that. Like, you know what I mean? I just thought he's that different like option rather than is the speed. We've got like a target man that can maybe knock it down if we play the 2 like up. So you could maybe like have him knock it down for someone like Safira, someone like the new guys as well that we brought in. Yeah, not doing much with him at the moment, but anyway, that's for tomorrow, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you so much for the poll and voting on that. I appreciate it massively, guys. Thank you for that. And yeah, please like, subscribe, all that lovely nice things to help the channel. That'd be awesome, guys. And if you're new around here, thank you very much for joining, and hopefully you will stick around and see how things go. Today's episode is a little bit more disjointed than they normally are. They're normally a bit more fluid than this, but it's just because it's the first one of the season, and you have to go through all different transfers and things like that. But yeah, we have still got some, obviously we've still got some cash in the bank with regards to some of the stuff that's gone through, but as you can see it's down to 88,000 now. But like I say, we've managed to bring in quite a few players with regards to stuff, and it's looking a lot better, and you know, having a stronger squad that we can pool, you know, like some players from and stuff like that, like, you know what I mean. So that is the premise of everything, like I say, like, you know what I mean. And we might bring one or two more in. I'll see how things go, like, you know what I mean. But anyway, take it easy guys, catch you next time. Stay from Mumongu Gaming, signing off. Cheers.